Girbeagly!
Hey there guys and gals, it's Girbeagly with another episode of Gaming with Girbeagly, and I'm once again playing the game Katawa Shoujo. Now last episode we were at the nurse's office and we were talking more about Emmy, just due to the fact that Hisao had some trouble breathing last time they ran. Emmy was super apologetic and thought that it was her fault that Hisao collapsed, which it kinda was, but wasn't really. Hisao pushed himself pretty hard. So Hisao ended up hugging Emmy and commenting on her scent of sweat and strawberries, but then we've gone to eat lunch again on the roof with Emmy and Rin, and Emmy's been asking us what we're going to do when we grow up, or at least after we graduate high school, and while Hisao doesn't know, Emmy wants to be a pirate, so she's doing her best pirate impression now for us. Anyway, let's continue. She suddenly springs up and begins swaggering up and down the rooftop, shouting orders.
Yar, me hearties! Give 'em a broadside with the long guns! We'll wear their guts for garters!
Do you even know what that means? Rin's unexpected interruption stops Emmy in her tracks.
Not really. But it's on the delivery.
The ringing of the bell prevents her from demonstrating her point further. Oh, that was a very short demonstration of her piracy. Emmy dashes off immediately, leaving Rin and myself alone on the roof. Rin stares at me intently for a few moments. Is there something wrong? Rin considers this question closely for a moment. After a lengthy pause, she shakes her head. Nope. Why the staring then? Rin shakes her head again.
Nope, I don't get it.
Get what?
The staring thing. You two seem to, but I don't.
Great, she saw me staring. Now she probably thinks I'm a pervert or something. Actually, probably not. This is Rin we're talking about, after all. Still, I feel the need to defend myself, and what Rin's referring to, in case you don't remember, is Hisao staring at Emmy while they were eating lunch together. Obviously, Hisao is developing some really strong feelings, and Rin's noticing it all go down. I wasn't staring, I was just tired. Rin actually snorts at this, but she doesn't say anything. No, really, I was just distracted is all. Eager to end this conversation, I head back down to class. I love Rin. I love that she grills people. It's really fun. Whoa, Misha and Shizune. We haven't seen them in a while. I'm greeted by the twin specters of Shizune and Misha, looking like they mean business. Well, Shizune looks like she means business anyway. Misha just looks like she's about to start laughing at any minute.
Up on the roof again, Hee-chan. You know that's dangerous, don't you?
Uh-oh.
That's right. The school cannot be held responsible for any injury that comes from being up there, you know? Furthermore, we could report you for breaking the rules.
Whoa, she got super close. Or super close. Super close? That's not a word. Super close. Hashtag super close. Misha leans in and whispers conspiratorially.
But we won't, Hee-chan. You three are too cute together.
She straightens up again, laughing at my sudden blush. Oh, that's really nice that she gave her a blessing because, you know, the whole... They were my first friends, and we hung out with them for a long time, and we kind of snubbed Shizune, so, I don't know.
Wahahaha!
There's that Misha laugh, I love it.
You're too easy to tease, Hee-chan.
Hey, come on. I'm still new here, sort of. Isn't it mean to pick on the newcomer like this?
Nope. It's to help you get acclimated to your new surroundings.
Ah, I see. Well, do you have to be so overzealous about it?
Yep. That aside, Hee-chan, we were looking for you this morning, but you weren't in your room.
Of course I wasn't. I was out for my morning exercise, or here in class bright and early. Unlike you. Shizune looks peeved, and a beat later so does Misha, or she tries to at any rate.
That was because of student council business. You should be grateful that we worked so hard for you.
Oh, I am. So, what did you need for me? Or need me for? Oh my god, I'm turning into SVG Jason. Holy crap. Can't read. Not another attempt to rope me in to do their dirty work, I hope.
We had to give you something, but since you weren't around, we dropped it off in your room.
Something like what?
Oh, you'll find out when we get back, Hee-chan.
Or when you get back. God damn it, I'm just replacing words again. Muto entering the room ends our conversation, and we all head to our seats. It's only after I've settled down at my desk and the teachers started talking about something or other that something odd strikes me. What did Rin mean? You two seem to. Was Emmy staring at something too? You obviously, Hisao, you dummy. Oh my god. Now he's being, like, mega dense. Stop doing that. For a brief moment, I considered the possibility that Emmy was staring at me the way I was staring at her. Ah, good. So he did come to that conclusion. Of course, that's ridiculous. Nope, you're still an idiot. Still, I can't deny that I wouldn't mind if it were true. But it's best not to think of that. No need to get my hopes up. Come to think of it, when did I start having hopes like that anyway? I shake my head in an attempt to clear it and focus on the lesson. Aw, Hisao's got a crush. After class, I make my way to my room. Muto really piled on the homework today. Whoa! I love Kenji. Oh man, here we go. Before I can open my door, however, I am suddenly intercepted by Kenji, who has just exploded out of his own room in a flurry of papers.
Hey, we need to talk. These rooftop shenanigans of yours, man, they've got to stop.
What?
You're running around on the rooftop with the limbless wonders. They're women, man. You've got to get your, or you'll get yourself killed running around like that.
I don't follow. Kenji sighs and adjusts his glasses before what could be understood as an attempt at explaining himself patiently.
Look, we're friends, so I'm telling you this for your own good. But if I were going to kill someone, I'd do it by throwing them off the roof and making it look like an accident. And if I thought of it, you can be sure they've thought of it too. They're crafty, almost as crafty as I am.
I see.
Good. I'm glad we had this chat. Loan me 500 yen.
He's awesome. I'm sorry?
I need to get a drink, man. I've been inside all day and the tap water's been compromised, as I'm sure you know. So I need to stock up on something canned, got it? But to do that, I need 500 yen. And since I've just saved your life with my timely advice, you can at least spare me 500 yen.
You know, if it'll make him go away, 500 yen is a bargain. I hand the money over to Kenji, who nods in thanks and dashes off down the hallway, but not before he locks his door. What an exhausting person. I'd better go in case he changes his mind. Huh? As I close the door, my heel taps against something lying on the floor. It's a brightly colored rectangle of paper. Ah, this must be the something Misha mentioned before. Probably a student council leaflet she slid under the door. However, when I pick it up, I find that I couldn't have been more wrong. Someone actually wrote me an old-fashioned handwritten paper letter. Who bothers doing something like that in this day and age anyway? Yet, as unlikely as the prospect of receiving one sounds, this is definitely a letter I have in my hands. I was planning on finishing my homework, getting some dinner, and going to bed in order to be ready for tomorrow morning's run. However, the letter has naturally caught my interest. I sit at my desk to examine it properly. Really, though, how long does it take to read a letter, Hisao? Like, it shouldn't take you, like, oh, I was going to eat dinner and do my homework and all this stuff. Reading a letter, I hope, doesn't take hours for you, although apparently it might for me because I'm so bad at reading right now. I'm so sorry again, guys. It's the first piece of mail I've received here at Yamaku, so it feels special even if it was something as rare as a handwritten letter. Or even if it wasn't something as rare as a handwritten letter. I'm sorry, guys. What causes me even more trepidation is the name of the sender, written neatly on the back of the envelope. Iwanako. Wait. Oh, Iwanako's the girl from the beginning who he had the heart attack in front of. Holy crap. Wow, that is... No wonder why there's the creepy, suspenseful music. And sorry if I punched my mic there, guys. I had to itch my face. It's very dry here right now. Anyway. I have no idea why she would write to me. I haven't been in contact with anyone from my old school since I transferred, and Iwanako is the last person I'd expect to want to write me a letter. The last time I saw Iwanako was terribly awkward, embarrassingly so. She came to my hospital room, peeled me an apple out of courtesy, and then we practically sat in silence for half an hour. She said goodbye, and didn't look me in the eye when she closed the door. It might have been a natural end to the series of visits that were probably pretty painful for both of us. Every time she visited me in the hospital, I wanted to talk to her, but something stopped me every time. Every time that I didn't speak made the next time even harder. She looked so guilty that I didn't want to say anything that might upset her, and I never could figure out the right words to say. I think Iwanako blamed herself for my heart attack. That's ridiculous, of course, but knowing it and believing it are two very different things. I told her that it wasn't her fault. She nodded, and I really think she understood that if it hadn't been there, then sooner or later something else would have made my heart give out. Yet she looked so hopelessly sad every time she opened that door and entered my room. So I never managed to say the things I wanted to say. In the end, that might have hurt her even more. Carefully, I opened the envelope and drew out the folded letter from within. Dear Hisao, how are you? I hope you are well and happy at your new school. Everyone here misses you. Almost all of our second-year class got put together in class 3-1 for the final year, so we were pretty comfortable right from the beginning of the year. I'm sure you would have been assigned to this class as well. That's a weird letter. Oh, there's more to it. The mood among the third years seems to be very anxious about the final exams, even though they are so far away. The teachers are badgering us about it all the time. Even old Mr. Tachibana, who is, by the way, our homeroom teacher this year. Would you believe it? I was sure that he'd retire after a second year, but here he is, nagging everyone about studying for exams. I think things like that are the main reason why the mood among the third years is so nervous. I must admit that I'm somehow losing confidence in myself as well, even though I've always fared reasonably well in exams. It's so weird to think we're already seniors, isn't it? Time has really flown past. I wonder where it went. The new first year seems so young and somehow really innocent. I keep wondering if I was like them in my first year. I've been feeling nostalgic like this for the whole first trimester. There are other things I want to say. I'm writing to you because I felt that there are things I should have said after the incident back in winter. I really regret that I wasn't able to say them in person, and I have no excuse for it. Yeah, I think I've had quite enough of this. I crumple up the sheet of paper and toss it across the room. My aim's off, so the letter rolls under my nightstand instead of going into my wastebasket. That was an apology for abandoning me, except I don't know that I really need it anymore at this point. The hospital seems like a lifetime ago, and here, now, I've got other things on my mind. Emmy, for starters. Yeah, I like that Hisao's really accepted and embraced his new life. It's really nice to see. It wasn't great to be abandoned during my stay, but it's not something I'm worried about anymore. And it's also good that he's not holding a grudge or anything, that he's just like, I'm washing my hands of this and moving past it. Very good for him. In fact, I hadn't even thought about the hospital in what feels like forever until this letter came in. It's almost annoying to have received it. I've got exams to study for myself. I have no time for the past. Now about that homework. You go, Hisao. Move on and do your thing, man. I dig it. That's a great mentality to have. Oh, man. So, find out what the next day brings. Man, I'm really, really digging this. This is honestly one of my favorite visual novels. It's so heartfelt and so sincere, and it really does have a very, very decent plot, especially compared to some of the other ones that I played. So, what's the plan for today anyway? I'm waiting patiently in the hallway of the girls' dormitory just outside of Emmy and Rin's rooms. Emmy is apparently helping Rin getting dressed. I suppose that makes perfect sense, as I have no idea how Rin would get dressed otherwise.
Picnic.
Picnic? Whoa, my voice. Sorry, guys.
That's what he said.
Sounds pretty exciting.
I know, right?
Rin chooses this moment to make an observation.
The sky seems threatening today.
Actually, I noticed that too on my way over. Despite the sunshine of the early morning, the afternoon seems to have taken a turn for the gloomy. There's a heaviness to the air as well that usually heralds a rainstorm. I wonder if I should have brought my umbrella. She's got a point. Emmy, you sure that you still want to risk getting caught in the rain? I don't even know why I bothered asking. Emmy pops out of Rin's room into the hallway looking shocked that I'd even suggest canceling our plans.
Of course. What, the threat of rain supposed to stop me?
I can't help but grin at her belligerent response. It's almost like she's daring the rain to come. If Mother Nature were walking down the street, I think Emmy would probably start a fight with her. Or at the very least, challenge her to a race. In fact, Emmy seems almost aggressively cheerful today. Rin wanders out into the hallway, looking her usual self. Well then, are we all ready to go?
I'm ready.
Rin nods and says a single word.
Basket.
Beg your pardon?
The basket in Emmy's room. You should carry it.
Emmy claps a hand to her mouth, embarrassed.
Oh my gosh, I almost forgot about it. Nice save, Rin.
Emmy darts into her room and emerges with what looks like a very well-stocked picnic basket. As she hands it over to me, I note that it feels heavy enough to be one too. Good lord, how much food did she pack? More to the point, where'd she get the money for all this? So, are we set to head out?
Yep.
Rin gives another nod and we head out of the dormitory. I can't help but frown when I notice how gray the sky's gotten in the 10 minutes I was inside. Still, Emmy doesn't seem concerned by such petty concerns. That's a little redundant. That wasn't my fault for stumbling on that one. Still, Emmy does not seem concerned by such petty concerns as the color of the sky. She's positively skipping as we walk. Which reminds me, where are we going? This brings Emmy up short, and she shoots me an embarrassed look.
You know, I hadn't really thought of that. What do you think, Asao?
Well, there's that spot where we ate during the festival, but it might be nice to leave the campus for a while. However, I'm not sure if there's any good places to do that in town. Just as I'm about to open my mouth, Rin unexpectedly interjects with a suggestion.
There's a park in town near the art shop. Great idea, Rin. I totally forgot all about that place.
Crisis averted. Do you know how to get there, Rin? Rin shrugs.
It's pretty likely.
That's a pretty typical Rin response.
Good enough for me.
I would prefer knowing for sure, but what the hell. Lead on, Rin. The three of us quickly make our way off campus and take the road down into town. This basket's a bit heavy. I hope that the park is close by. We pass the art supply store, Rin slowing her pace slightly as we go by. Emmy notices Rin's change of pace and stops.
You want to go in, Rin?
Rin shrugs.
Nothing I need. Are you sure?
There's the slightest flutter of a smile on Rin's face, quickly replaced with her usual expression.
Life's uncertain, but on this, at least I am pretty sure. Nice of you to offer. Well, it's not like I'm the one carrying the basket. But I'll bet Hasao wouldn't have minded anyway, right?
Oh, of course not. This is hardly a heavy load. I flex for emphasis. Emmy stifles a snort of laughter, but by pointing to the park at which we've suddenly arrived.
Oh, I remember this place. I ran into you here that one time, didn't I, Rin?
Rin's eyebrow raises slightly.
Maybe. I'm unwilling to say for certain one way or the other. Memory is a tricky thing, you know?
Well, I'll be. We made it in one piece after all. The sun's still nowhere to be seen, but neither Emmy nor Rin seem to mind. Aww. Oh, look at that. They're so cute. They're having fun together. What a nice little picnic. We find a spot to sit on in the grass, and I set the basket down gracefully. There's a surprising amount of food prepared. Maybe we were supposed to be joined by some of Emmy's teammates or something.
I'm starving. Dig in.
She attacks the food as if she's had nothing to eat for years. Uh-oh. I love the facial expressions. I'm just reaching for the food myself when I feel the first drop of rain land on the back of my hand. Uh-oh. Looks like the weather's not going to cooperate with us after all. Emmy glares at the sky as if that alone will hold back the rain. I very nearly believe she can do it. It's one heck of a glare.
It better cooperate. You hear me, Sky? You stop that raining right this instant.
The sky doesn't seem inclined to listen to her, despite the commanding tone she's taken with it. Instead, the rain seems to increase. Rin wrinkles her nose in distaste at this turn of events.
Regrettable. What do you mean?
Rin shrugs.
I could paint this if I weren't out here. Shame to miss it all. Shame to miss it is all.
She doesn't seem angry or annoyed about it, just a little disappointed. Excuse me, guys, I got the burpees. Oh, man, I thought I was going to get through a whole episode without the burpees, and then I got them. And I also got the itchies. My back has been itching me all episode. Ugh. Emmy laughs in response to Rin's comment.
Guess we should have stopped in the art supply store after all, huh?
The rain increases a little more, offended that we haven't fled yet. Despite the warm temperatures we've been enjoying, the rain is rather cold. I wish I'd brought my umbrella. Hey, we should probably head inside to keep dry.
We're already pretty wet, Sal.
Yeah, but we can dry off this way and maybe wait out the storm. You don't want to catch a cold or anything, do you? Emmy considers this for a moment. I can tell that part of her wants to stay out in the rain just despite the weather. Unfortunately for her, the weather hardly cares about what we do.
I suppose you're right. Where can we go?
I don't have an answer for her. The area is pretty new to me. How about back to the art supply store, guys? That's right nearby. Though I guess I'm slowly getting used to the school itself. The surrounding town remains a mystery. All I know is the art supply store, and that's only because we've just passed it. Fortunately, Emmy soon snaps her fingers in triumph.
That's it. There's a tea shop nearby. We could have some tea and dry out, no problem.
That doesn't sound like a bad idea. Great. You know where it is? Emmy nods, looking fairly confident.
Sure do. I think. But it'll be an adventure either way, right?
An adventure, huh? Well, I suppose we could use a little adventure. I think as long as we get out of the rain, I'll be happy. Whoa! Oh, I thought they were like ascending into the heavens. The picnic basket is a little lighter now, at least. Lead on! Alright, so we're on our adventure now, guys. I'm going to cut it off here because we're out of time. But, yeah. I like this rain effect. This is great. The sound effects are really, really good. I like that it's like slightly animated on the screen. It looks really nice. This game is just really well put together, and I'm really, really digging it. I hope that you guys are as well still. If you are, please be sure to hit the like button, share the video, and favorite it. Also, be sure to subscribe to me if you guys haven't already. For those of you who have, thank you so much for all of your support. You guys are the best in the world. I love every single one of you, and as always, it was great seeing you. Bye-bye. Oh man, and this is brand new because this is the fudge. this is the farthest I've ever gotten back. That was the farthest I've ever gotten, and it's very, very hard to commentate over this game because the music is bumping in my ears, and at the same time, it's just such frantic action. And hopefully we can beat this one in a normal amount of attempts. The fact, shit.